Yeah, so first, you can check if Python is installed or not. You can simply give Python. Python is there. It's going to just open some Python prompt is there. So with you can see
Where
some.
will wait. How
Uh,
to come this
okay, this is
screen?
command prompt. Okay, so you can give Windows add, then you can give CMD here. If you click enter, it will open command prompt for you. So simply you can give the
Uh,
command Python hyphen one version. If you give, if Python already installed and set up in your system, it's going to give you the version of the Python that being installed in your system. But if you find, if you're able to see such kind of error like Python was not found, so this stands for Python not yet installed in your system. So let's see how to install Python. Okay,
okay,
you
one second.
can go to browser, Python installation for, is this Windows 10, Windows
I'm
11?
not sure, Mansa. 10 it says.
Okay. So based on your system version, your Windows version, you can search like Python installation for Windows. If it is Windows 11, you can go Windows 11. If it is Windows 10, you can go for Windows 10. So you can go to the very first link, download Python. Okay. So here you can see multiple versions. If you want the latest version, you can see like download Python 3.13.1. Okay, you can click on this, download Python 1.13.1. So here you can see download the latest version for Windows. You have to make sure, because if you search for Linux, download the latest version for Linux. You can get, if you are installing for a Mac, download the latest version for Mac. You can see like that. Okay. So here you can see right, Windows, Linux, Unix, Macs, others. If you click on Windows, so here you can see the versions that available, different versions. This is specifically for Windows. You can see all the versions here. So you, whatever version you want to install, that version you can install, that's up to you. But now we are going with the latest version. Okay, and always refer to install 64-bit, not 32-bit. Okay, see, these are all the versions that available for Python for Windows. So we can choose whatever we want, but better to go with latest versions. Sorry, my bad. Okay, think it got, yeah, it got downloaded. Now go to, sorry, downloads. You can see right here Python 13.1 is the latest version that we installed. So this is what, this is just we download the version. Now we have to set up it in our system. So just you can give double click on this one, or else give the right click. You can click and run as administrator. Either double click on the file, or else you have to just give like right click and click on run as administrator. One pop-up you are going to get. So do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Click on yes, and then you can see this window you are gonna get. Now you can go with your customized installation, because you can choose your location and all. Okay, let me come back. Here you have to enable one box. Okay, normally whenever you want to set up Python in environment variables, okay, in settings, edit the system environment variables will be there. We have to go there, and from here we have to go to environment variables. In system variables, you can see path, right? Normally here we have to add Python path. Manually we have to add, but from few versions. So whenever you are installing the Python, automatically it's going to ask you to enable this checkbox. If you want, if you enable this checkbox, automatically the path will added in environment variables. If you won't enable this checkbox, you have to manually add that environment variable. Okay, just enable this. Now customize installation. You can see optional features. So if you want to disable anything, you can, or else simply click on next. Okay, you can see, right? These are a few enabled. You no need to enable any other thing. So just keep these three, and then this is the path where it's going to install Python. So you can verify it, and then you can click on install. So automatically it's going to set up your environment variables, all whatever required packages or libraries are required, all those things will get with this Python installation. It will take a bit of time. Once it is done, now we can go with the Visual Studio Code setup installation once. Yeah, see, your setup was successful. Now you can click on close. Now let us open our environment variable just to cross check. You no need to come and check here. Even from command prompt, you can verify if Python got installed or not. Now, if you see in user variables, okay, if you click on this, you can see all Python related paths you can see which got added. So this is environment variable. We enable that checkbox. That's why it installed automatically for us. We don't need to install it again. Now go to command prompt. Just close it and open it again. So that is like a refresh. Now open your command prompt again. Now if you give Python space hyphen hyphen version, see, you got Python 3.13.1. Previously, it was telling like Python not found because we didn't install Python. Now we installed Python. Everything that required to make Python works, the setup, everything done. That's why we can see the Python version. Okay. Then we need a code editor where we can write the code and where we can run the code. Okay. Now here search for, I'm using Visual Studio Code. Let me give you for Windows 10. Okay, you can go to the very first link. Here, this is for Windows. So this is for Linux, it seems. This is for Mac. We are going with Windows. Just click on that. So it's going to download. It started downloading. Yeah, downloaded it. You have to go to downloads, double click on it, or you can give right click on run as administrator. Just I give double click. I do accept the agreement. So previously it was I do not accept the agreement, but you have to change it to I accept the agreement. Click on next. So you can see the path. This is the path where it's going to install. So click on next, and this will be the name you can see in menu bar, Visual Studio Code. Click on next, and yeah, no need to do. If you want to create a desktop icon, just enable it and then click on next. Click on install. It will take a bit of time. Yeah, it's done. Click on finish. Now go to Windows, search Visual Studio Code here. When I give you, I got all the options. Click on Visual Studio Code. Okay, you can maximize it. and here click on file. If you want to create a new file, you can do. Before that, if you want to create a folder, because for our things, it's a better practice to maintain separate folder for our practice or whatever it is. So go to File Explorer, go here, and then I'm creating in local disk D. So here I'm just creating a folder called Python. Enter. Now go to Visual Studio Code. Now click on File. You can click on Open Folder. So it is in my D drive. So this is Python. Select the folder. Whenever you open like a new folder, if you already opened it one time in Visual Studio Code, you won't get this pop-up again. But if you are opening a new folder with this Visual Studio Code, then it will ask this pop-up. So you can click on yes, I trust the authors. Okay. It's not required. You see, this is a folder. Here you can create the number of files that you want. Okay. If you move your cursor this side, you can see this option. So this is creating new file under this folder. If you choose next option, this will create subfolder under this Python folder. This is for refresh. And this is for collapse. Like it will collapse the subfolders like that. Now I am creating new file. My file name will be test. So if you want to make it as a Python file, the extension should be .py. If you won't give any extension, it consider it as normal file. Okay, it's not a Python file. So to make any file as Python file, give an extension .py. Now you can see the symbol, blue color logo symbol, which stands for Python. Now you can write whatever code you want. Now I'm just writing hello world. And if you want to run it from command prompt, you can, from here itself you can run. You can see an option called terminal here. Click on terminal. Here you can see new terminal. Click on that new terminal. Here it already in this path, current path, where you have your file in D drive. You created a folder called Python. Inside that you have your Python file. So make sure the path where you are creating your Python files. So here the path should be correct. For example, you gave in D from D drive if you want to execute your file. You created in Python folder, but you are executing from D drive. See, the command that is used to run Python files is Python, or simply you can use py, then your file name along with py extension. Click on that, what you got. So here can't open your file, no such file or directory, because the path that you gave is completely wrong. So here you have to make sure wherever you created the file, the path should be correct in terminal. Now go to Python folder. I told you, right? You can either use Python or you can see this py. My file name is test.py. See, I got the output. This is how you can run your files. If you want to create one more file, you can click on that .py. You can. And if you want to create subfolder, for example, day one exercises. Spelling. And under this, if you want to create subfile, you can do. See, test1.py. Now, in test1.py, you write some code. Print 10 plus 20. Okay. Just save it. Control S you have to give. If you do any changes to the file, every time you have to give Control S so that it will save the changes. Now, if you run your file from Python, it's gonna throw an error because test1.py file not there directly in Python folder. It is there inside a subfolder called day1 exercise. So you have to change your directory. From here, you can execute it. Okay, so you have to make sure the path. Clear? These are the two required things to run Python code and to set up the Python. Any
Okay,
doubt?
Mansa.
If you are good, then I will stop the recording.